Hey guys, mtGnoob here, and I'm bringing you the fourth place standard Star City Games green-white humans list. I did not make any changes, so let's go through the list. For our mana base, we have 23 lands, 4 Sun Petal Grove, 4 Temple Gardens, 6 plains, 8 forests, and 1 township. Something I'm keeping an eye on is the only 1 township, because I think it's such a powerful card. You might want to have more than one, although you do have a lot of double white casting cost cards. So that might be something to, keep in mind. Alright, so let's talk about everything that's not a creature. We have 1 Faith's Shield, just to give you pro from a color, which is really good. And if you have 5 or less life, each permanent, and you get pro. So it's a good card. 4 Rancor just to throw on your dudes, especially when they have double strike or really big exalted. It's really nice. And I believe you have 1 Ajani to make things jump or put a counter on things. Usually you're not going to get her to or him to the -8 ability, but you never know. Alright, then let's talk about our creatures. Militant is very good at removing like unburial rights and things that are annoying, like Sever the Bloodline, and it'll just put it right in the graveyard and then get rid of it. Plus it's a 2/1 for 1, which is always good. So you're running 2 copies of these. The reason being that only 2 copies is they're not humans. But I don't really know why the deck is called humans. You'll see in a second. But, it has a lot of non-humans. Then you have 4 Avacyn's Pilgrims, because as you can see, jumping to 3 is really nice. 4 Champions. Champions really good when you pair it with Silverblade Paladin, as you know. So those are your 1 drops. Then your 2 drops, 2 Knight of Glory, just the pro black is really strong, plus the exalted. You have 3 Mayor of Averbrook, just because it buffs all your humans, and you do have a werewolf for later on. And 3 Thalias, because Thalia is really good against like Bant control and all the control matchups. Then at the 3s you have 4 Silverblade Paladins, which are always good at pairing and making things have double strike, and you have a lot of really good double strike targets. For example, the Smiter is really good because playing this and then pairing it, you're swinging for 8, which is insane. Smiter is a 4 of, mainly because a 4/4 for 3 is sick, but it can't be countered. So plus it dodges a lot of the burn in the format, so it's a pretty good beater, and it blocks well like a centaur healer and things like that if you need to, or just smashes right through it. Smashes through Restoration Angel, etc. Then you have Sublime Archangel, 4 of, not only because she looks awesome, because she beats the crap out of decks that are not prepared. The one downside to this card is that it has a 3 toughness. So at 3 toughness, it still can get Searing Speared. So that's, something you gotta watch out for. Finally, Wolfear Silverheart just is kind of like a haymaker that just goes over the top when you're, in matchups where you're trying to beat face with creatures. Alright, so let's talk quickly about the sideboard. Militant, more or less for anything with flashback, shuts down lingering souls and things of that nature, like we spoke about earlier on burial rights. Swift Justice, I think, is for creature matchups, where you just want to gain some life and you want to give something a first strike. Rest in Peace is another card that I'm keeping an eye on. You have 3 Rest in Peace. This is for the Unburial Rights Reanimator matchups, but the thing about this is it does work when it comes in, and then when it stays in it still does work, but like the blue-white X decks have like Detention Sphere and Oblivion Rings and things of that nature, so they could just remove it themselves. Okay, went with 4 Elite Inquisitor because a 2/2 human soldier that first strikes and has pro versus a lot of the relevant creature types, mainly zombies in this format, is really good. Celestia Charm gets rid of big bad angels. Angel Serenity mainly gets rid of Thragtusk, although it leaves back a token. It gives your creatures trample. you know, it has a lot of versatile uses. And remember, it does put a knight into play, not a human. And then finally, 3 Oblivion Rings as your catch-all. So I'm going to be playing this deck in some 2-mans, and thanks for watching, and please check out theMTGnoob.com. And just let me warn you in advance, I have not played this deck ever. So the matches are raw, and they do come up sometimes as not so great, which I apologize for, but hopefully as time goes on, the play gets better. Thanks.